And now, it's the return of the Archons, where Kirk and crew confront a society controlled by one mind. When you consider that this episode first aired in February 1967, one can draw many parallels to the pervasive fears gnawing at America at that time. Vehement anti-communist sentiments were exacerbated by the Vietnam War. In the return of the Archons, individuals are literally being absorbed by government. It's a brainwashing mechanism that causes the natives of Beta 3 to spew pro-collective propaganda. Also present is the metaphor of computer as despot, rendering man powerless against it. Let me introduce you to Landru, if you dare.
Agent called and he said he's got an interview for me. I thought, fantastic. He said it's a science fiction project. I thought, mm-hmm. And then he said it's being produced by a man named Gene Roddenberry. I thought, who is he? Number 3, he said it's a pilot for a potential series. And that's when my ears perked up, because it meant, if it sells, steady employment. And so I went to the interview a little nervous, more than a little nervous, and walked up to this desk with a woman there. The nameplate read D.C. Fontana. She was Gene Roddenberry's secretary at the time. And I said, I'm here to see Mr. Roddenberry.
Sylvia, what is it? Where's Lieutenant O'Neill?
What? Who?
She said, I'm sorry, it's pronounced Roddenberry. And that really intensified my nervousness, because already I'm blowing the producer's name. And I walked in, and Gene came up to me from behind his desk and said, George Takei. And so that sort of set me at ease, because my name is pronounced Takei, although Takei is a legitimate Japanese word. And I explained to Gene Roddenberry that it's pronounced Takei, but you're welcome to call me Takei, because the word Takei translates into English as expensive.
It's paradise, my friend. Paradise.
Gene's eyes bugged up. He doesn't like to call actors expensive. He said, oh my goodness, no. Well, you're most definitely Takei. Rhymes with okay, doesn't it? Okay, you're Takei. And that was my meeting with Gene Roddenberry.
Guest star Charles Macaulay, who plays the villainous Landru, will later appear as Jarrus in another Star Trek episode, Wolf in the Fold. Also, keep an eye out for Mr. Spock in an upcoming fight sequence. He will abandon his non-violent Vulcan nerve pinch for a good old-fashioned punch.
Scotty is 99% James doing a 1% accent.
Captain, are you all right?
I have passengers sitting beside me, and they say, you know, you taught the whole nation about space.
Report, Scott.
The orbit's still decaying. Give it 6 hours, more or less. Those heat beams are still on us. You've got to cut them off, Mr. Spock, or we'll cook. One way or another.
Scotty, stand by. We're doing the best we can.
And, you know, it's like I've been given an honorary doctorate of engineering. And the reason that I have it, according to the president of the engineering school, is that people who desire to become an engineer have to write down who they thought of, and they thought of me. And that's fantastic. What a fabulous honor.
We're going down, Captain. Unless we can get those beams off us so we can use our engines, we're due to hit atmosphere in less than 12 hours.
I don't think Scotty really did anything that was great as far as engineering is concerned. But for some reason or other, the world caught on to the fact that, hey, if you're going to do it right, do it the way Scotty does it.
Sulu, take it easy.
Andrew.
My father agreed to let me study theater and to go into acting as a career. He said he wanted me to maintain certain standards, so I didn't work much. I turned down a lot of opportunities. There were those opportunities, a few opportunities where the role was satisfying, and I feel very lucky in that sense. But the majority of the roles were pretty stereotyped.
We've got to make a run for it. We can't just stand here.
Mr. O'Neill, stand tight. They'll beam us up any minute.
Run, I tell you. We got to get out of here. You know what they're capable of.
O'Neill!
And here came Gene Roddenberry with this project. I sat down with him. He started to explain to me the project. And I saw that this was a really visionary project.
40. 30.
Never mind, Mr. Spock.
He saw the Starship Enterprise as a metaphor for Starship Earth. And he saw that the pluralism of this Starship Earth was where our strength was, to tap the best of this person with this background, this person with that experience, this person with that vantage point, and to bring them together and work as a team.
The engines!
Then we can face any kind of challenge and prevail.
Captain, are you all right?
What about the ship?
The heat rays have gone, Captain. And Mr. Sulu's back to normal.
We're leaving you.
Excellent, Scotty. Stand by to beam up landing party.
This episode marks the first time that Kirk demolishes a computer that wields its power to dominate civilization. It's the mere beginnings of his personal crusade to champion the rights of the individual and retain their free will. He will continue along this path in later episodes, such as A Taste of Armageddon and The Apple. Landru stopped at nothing in its pursuit to absorb the individual, but he met a formidable opponent in Captain Kirk.